Outlook email. Oh man, my mic is on. Oh wow, I've been live. I've been live. Hmm. We kicking, 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 we kicking. We live, we back. What are we here for? Game 7 hockey. And I've already started the stream and I'm already like, where's my chapstick? And I don't have it. So I'll be a little grumpy about that. You know what? I got some lotion. Makeshift. If there's anything about me, man, sometimes, not always. Actually, I'm not. It used to be often where like makeshift things were like just like super like, oh, that's a lot more than I wanted. Makeshift things were like a lot more like, you know what, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And now as I've gotten older and there's not a plan, oh, that can definitely get a little annoying. I just have all this white cream all over my forehead. Hopefully it doesn't get on my cap, is what I'm alluding to, in the sense that hopefully it doesn't stain my cap. Mmm, little lotion. What do you call it? Chapstick. Lotion chapstick. We're using that lotion chapstick right now. But as you can see, we got the players in front of us, the players that will be dazzling tonight, the players that will decide their own destinies tonight as we enter a game 7. A game 7 of two original six franchises. Now, on one side, you have the team that's been struggling since 1967. Since the expansion, this team just hasn't been able to put it away. The Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, right now, the team that on paper, well, maybe at least financially in the bank account, a team that has enough firepower to beat any team. On the other hand, you have a team that's got so much spread out talent that they're able to take on almost any opponents. Now, what could be the deciding factor? What could be the determining factor in a hockey game like the one that we're going to have tonight? The Maple Leaf momentum right now is something that can't be denied. This team has been surging. This team has shown Boston that they're not giving up. They beat Boston 2 games in a row to force this game 7. I couldn't imagine. Well, I mean, for both franchises right now, if they losing this game 7, at least for the Maple Leafs, you're like, all right, we have all these players that we pay to score, and they're not doing it. They're not getting those goals. They're not accomplishing what they're supposed to do. And then on the other side, you have this Boston Bruins team who when lost a couple players, went through some coaching changes, has they've made it to the Stanley Cup final a few times and lost. They've won once. So there's a few players that might have a ring, but there's plenty that don't. And a lot of those players are hungry, and a lot of their veterans are also hungry. And they want to win. They want to develop. They want to, or at least they just want to show their skill. What a matchup we have tonight between these two absolute powerhouses. Now from the Bruins, I think I think you're going to expect a very physical game. And I think that's something that the Maple Leafs tried to bring to the Bruins these last few games and completely threw them off guard. I think that was a huge X factor as to why the Maple Leafs were winning a lot of these hockey games. Is that in the beginning the I felt like were the more physical team. Within these last few games, the Maple Leafs have definitely stepped up their physical play, and that physical play is extremely difficult to deal with when you weren't expecting it, and now you have to adjust. And I think that this adjustment has kind of been hard for the Bruins to kind of expect the Toronto Maple Leafs to be a little bit softer, but also not expect the Toronto Maple Leafs to be maybe more safe because, of course, both teams can punish extremely, extremely brutal and in a manner that is definitely going to just deafen the other team. So when you're looking at these two different squads, you just have to consider they both have firepower. The goaltending definitely is going to go to the Bruins. You're definitely going to get the more grindy game from the Bruins. All things would point to the Bruins as being the team that should be able to win this series, yet they've lost two games in a row, two grindy games, two low scoring games. And on top of that, Austin Matthews, who's front and center over here, hasn't been a part of those last two games. That's that's the best goal scorer, and he's not playing for you. I don't know what his status is for tonight. Man, that would look cool if I brought that. Will this work? Hey, oh man, this is where it like gets really tricky because I'm about to activate the domino effect. Oh, I did it. The domino effect. Well, at least it wasn't a bunch of cards. And the other thing is, the good thing is like boo. Even though some of these cards are like kind of expensive, well, like a couple dollars expensive, maybe $4 or $5. Who knows? I don't have any super duper deluxe card. Now, what I will say is I do have two cool cards that I would like to show off tonight. So, I think you'll really like these cards if Pops is watching. So, I actually have two really unique cards that I have. Now, a lot of collectors will probably say, oh, that's not worth too much. But to me, so far, everything is sentimental right now. I value everything. Everything's really neat to me. It's really unique to me. I haven't really got hockey cards in a long time. So getting back into hockey cards has just been a really interesting hobby. So, first of all, and you can see my reflection of my face. Sam Poulin rookie signed card. Isn't that pretty neat? And I put it in a really protective case. In these boxes that I got to get a couple of my cards, they came with one signed card. Sam Poulin, Penguins rookie, just signed to another 2-year contract. I'm so proud of myself. I got a Penguins, which is my favorite hockey team. A rookie sign card that's pretty unique. And then the second one I got is a glacial graph. The card is so see-through that it almost can't focus. If you can see it, it says Dennis Potvin. And then it tells you that this is a certified signed card. So that you get like that little like, oh, it is like kind of official or whatnot. So that's kind of neat. It's got like a couple of dust things on it. But yeah, so I have these two signed cards that I think are pretty cool. The Dennis Potvin Islander Glacial Grass. Pops, if you're here, I thought you might appreciate that. Seeing some of my signed hockey cards, but so I bought 2 boxes of this set called Ice. That's where you see that Austin Matthews, or I have like this giraffe. Ooh, that was a beautiful focus. Drash of Slavkowski over here, who's in an iceberg, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foil on this card. Look at that glimmer. I think it's pretty. I know it's like super tacky, but to me it's super unique, and I like that. But anyways, we're about to get into this hockey game. We got probably one last commercial break until this hockey game is about to drop. And if you're just getting here, we just went over those signed hockey cards. So if you want to see those signed hockey cards, be sure to mention down in the chat that you want to see those signed hockey cards down in the chat. Who's here tonight? Let me see who's here tonight. I'm going to eat a little more chocolate. Mm. Raspberry chocolate. I like my chocolate. All right. So, one of the things I did today was on YouTube, there was this compilation of Toronto Maple Leafs losing game sevens. I was pretty entertained. That was pretty entertaining. In this matchup, honestly, well, of course, I, first of all, I think that Matthews playing, I think that that's really important in this game, but I don't think he's going to play. I think that the Bruins are probably that everyone in the Bruins is going to be ready to go, and I hope that they actually are able to enter kill mode because if the Bruins, oh, I had it perfect, and then I was like, you know what? Let's mess with it. So, anyways, for the Bruins over here, they're ready to go. They're ready to score. They're ready to get racks. I mean, these Bruins, I think they're ready to go, and they're at home, so they got something to prove in front of the crowd. They should be able to get the momentum from their crowd. I think this game, the Bruins have a huge, huge, huge opportunity to not only build some more self confidence for themselves and reestablish themselves as a playoff team because they do have talent on their team. Marchand's still a fantastic player. Pasternak is still fantastic. McAvoy is going to be a god for a long time. They have a ridiculously impressive goalie duo, and then they do have some other good defensemen that are like a part of their core. I would say. I feel like they definitely could just take one more big name and definitely re-jump start that team in the off season, no matter what happens with the team. But I think the Bruins are a team that more like instead of like the Maple Leafs, because they're kind of a team that's just I think they're more angst rather than calculated. And I think that right now the Maple Leafs are just operating on pure angst, where the Bruins are just trying to operate on calculated plays right now. And unfortunately, it hasn't worked out for the well, at least in my opinion, unfortunately, and of course for them, unfortunately. I mean, honestly, I don't care who wins. I mean, the Maple Leafs win. Yeah, hey, we win one round like they did the other year, and then they're gonna get crushed by the Panthers again. Great, works for me. If the see for me, if the Maple Leafs win, because like I like watching the Panthers. They're a high energy hockey team. Not many people believe in them. I like seeing hockey teams like that. I like hockey teams that can show people that they are going to earn your respect, and they're going to not only earn it, but then they're going to demand that respect because their players if you don't give it that respect, they're just going to shove goals down your throat. And the Panthers can absolutely do that. Reinhardt being a 50 goal scorer this season, absolutely phenomenal. Can't wait to see what they're going to be able to produce. But the Maple Leafs, you put the Maple Leafs against the Panthers, they're going to embarrass them the same way they did last season. We want Florida. We want Florida. Panthers would rip Leafs to shreds. And if the now the thing is, I think the Bruins could upset the Panthers. I think the Bruins are just as grindy, and I think that they can. I want to say the Bruins can nullify Kachuk. I truly think the Bruins can nullify Kachuk, but then again, you got some of these other players in the Panthers that are just continuously overperforming, or just performing at a ridiculous amount or rate that you never like really thought that was possible. So between either of these teams that ends up winning, for me, I know I it's not really going to matter. I think the Bruins can grind the Panthers to 7 games, where I still would ultimately believe the Panthers would win. But I still think the Bruins would have a way larger edge than the Maple Leafs. And I mean, even if the Maple Leafs get Matthews back, I think that not only their lack of playoff experience, but I think it's high pressure situations that the Maple Leafs just aren't or have a super large lack of experience with. And that lack of experience and not only that lack of experience that they have, but I think that it's the nerves that they have, but they're just not able to finish. They're not able to compete at the level that they should be able to compete at. And that's kind of the big things in Maple Leafs world, Maple Leafs camp. I'm gonna eat some more chocolate. How they're paying these players so much money. What do you do if they can't get over this one first series, and then you get to the second series and get destroyed home? So first of all, you got to get to the series two, the second round, and right now they're still taking it to 7 games, and then they're going to the second round, and if they get just crushed again in 5 games, 4 games, you got to wonder what's happening in Maple Leafs world. Mm. Watch hockey, eat chocolate, show off your cool hockey cards. So, if you just joined us, I was going over my hockey collection for a little bit. Don't worry, I only have 2 cards. I only got 2 cards from my hockey collection. While I was preparing for this YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, I bought 2 boxes of these hockey cards, and each box had a signed product. Now, here we go. Our first signed card, Samuel Poulin, a Pittsburgh Penguin. Number 22, Samuel Poulin. That's pretty cool. It's actually my first signed card I've ever owned in my life. By a hockey player, that is. I mean, anyone can sign a card and give it to you, but nonetheless, that's really cool, right? It's a rookie card. It's got this beautiful like snowflake aura glitter thing in the background. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Down in the chat, if you like signed cards, tell me you like signed cards. Now, I only have one other hockey card that's signed. And this one's a little bit difficult to see. This is called Glacial Graphs. Dennis Potvin, New York Islanders signature. Glacial Graphs. Dennis Potvin, signed Glacier, official memorabilia. Look at that. So I bought 2 boxes of hockey cards and it was so cool. I was so happy to get it. It's so unique. I mean, I've never owned a signed hockey card, a signed sports card ever in my life. And for me, even if for like the actual card game market or whatnot, if it's not worth anything or whatnot, it's still such a unique experience for me, of course, being a newer collector. And the Bruins just couldn't bury that one. They had Wall face down, and it's Samsonov tonight. It looks like Samsonov, 35. We're going to take another sipski of this beer ski. And anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, they're really cool cards. And then I got these really cool cards. You can kind of see the Matthews, but not that well. But I got it out of this ice set where they're actual icebergs. Look at that. Juraj Slavkowski. That is pretty neat, huh? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Novalance. Who do I want to win? I want to see the Boston Bruins win. Nothing's more entertaining than when Maple Leafs land is in turmoil, of course. So if the Boston Bruins win, I'm happy. If the Maple Leafs win, it doesn't really bother me because I know that the Panthers will crush them. So it does. I'd much rather see the Bruins win, but if the Maple Leafs win, whatever. And then it's a easier game for the team that I actually like, which is the Panthers, to actually win. Maple Leafs whacking at it, and it looks like they do have. I think they have Swayman in for the Bruins. There's only been about 4 minutes that have gone in this hockey game, and both teams have gotten some decent attacks. Right now, the Bruins are entering the attacking zone, and they're not really able to get a good, I guess, handling the puck. They're kind of just sending it around the boards right now. Oh, Pasternak just got laid down. He took a seat on that ice like he was ready to study in school. He sat down in a chair like he was ready to get taught by a second grade teacher how to spell taco cat. Guess what? It's a palindrome. You can spell taco cat the front way and taco cat the back way. A palindrome, everybody. Pasternak just got schooled. Oh man, this game is going to heat up. And like I said earlier, a physical play, the Bruins aren't really expecting it. And that Charlie Coyle gets the puck to the front of the net, and the Bruins just aren't able to do anything with it. Large rebound by Samsonov. 2 shots split across the Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. We have an exciting game that's just starting off. My nose is plugged, so if you hear me do little nose blasts, it's because my nose is plugged and it feels funny when I speak. My nose is vibrating when I speak. I know the hockey designs are really unique, and we're getting some thumbs down by some of the babes in the crowd on the hockey game screen. I guess that's what they're deciding to show. Good pick, hockey or control panel person. Anyways, Bruins are gonna skate it down the ice. Who do you think is gonna score first? Down in the chat. Down in the chat. I think honestly, I think the Maple Leafs will score first. Matthews is playing tonight. So Matthews is playing tonight. However, However, a dumb statistic as of this season, or should I say this series, is that the Maple Leafs lose more games that Austin Matthews is playing than winning. So now that Austin Matthews was out, he was sick or whatever. I think it's still undisclosed why Austin Matthews did not play the last couple of hockey games. He's in tonight. The Maple Leafs win those two hockey games. Oh, Maple Leafs try to center it up and are unable to make anything about it. So you have these Maple Leafs, right? They have their top goal scorer who's out for 2 games in a row with an undisclosed reason. They win those hockey games. Then they're putting him back in tonight. He's feeling better. Having your better goal scorer in your lineup bring your team more misfortune? Is Austin Matthews the problem? Would this team flow better with Nylander, Marner, Tavares, Riley? Who knows? Down in the chat, what do you think about the Maple Leafs? What do you think is missing? Or do you think this season they may prove themselves? Do you think all it will take is a Game 7 victory against the Boston Bruins for them to finally awaken as a hockey club and show that they've learned and that they're actually ready to compete in hockey? Are they ready to compete? Are they ready to play? Are they ready to show that they are a legitimate hockey club? 67 years is a long, long time for a team to really not be able to bring anything home, especially from an original six franchise. Switch to the water now. Coming from an original six franchise, the Toronto Maple Leafs are the only original six franchise right now that hasn't won a Stanley Cup. They're in the last 50 years. Only original six team. Blackhawks, Rangers, Red Wings, Bruins, Canadians. Those Burger King burgers look so good. All those teams have already won. The Maple Leafs haven't. The Maple Leafs, and honestly, for original six teams, I wonder how it feels to be a fan of an original six franchise in this day and age of NHL hockey. Almost 6 times the amount of teams that started. 6 times. You just remember, it's just so interesting if you've ever watched on YouTube the Stanley Cup championship of the slider of who won the cup every year, and it's just after 1967, it's still about 80% original six teams. But once you start entering the 2000s, some new names on that Stanley Cup start to appear. And that's when it gets more interesting because now you're starting to notice other franchises. Other franchises have gone through those ups and downs. They've gone through their bruises. They've learned how to stop. They've learned what their brakes do. They've learned how to accelerate. They've learned how to turn, how to lean with their bicycle when they're turning, how to, if you're going over a jump, you pull up on the handlebars and you don't just go down and clunk, and you got to not let your face smash on the handlebar. You learn these things, and after a while, some of these teams learn how to get better than that. And that's what's happened with all these other hockey clubs. I mean, the St. Louis Blues won their first Stanley Cup in 2018, was it? 2019, 2018? So you honestly have to think about how long, and now that there's 32 teams, and now the Coyotes are out of existence because now there's going to be the Utah Yeti, Utah Venom, Utah whatever it's going to be. There's going to be a new hockey team, new lore, new everything. There's been 3 new NHL franchises within the last 8 years. That's crazy. 2 expansion, 3 expansion, 1 pseudo expansion, I guess, right? It's just crazy what's going on in the National Hockey League. It's weird to be a fan that just has to witness some of these things, like what happened with the Arizona Coyotes. Let's take a minute. That's a quick minute. And you just gotta feel bad for a franchise that, like, if you look at what they have right now brewing, you're just like, oh, so all of our first round picks and all these prospects are just gone. Yeah, they gone. They're all gone. Cooley's gone. Gunther's gone. Ingram's gone. O'Brien's gone. Krause is gone. Keller's gone. Jersey's gone. They're all gone. That does not feel too great. Let me tell you that. That does not feel too great to know that one of the hockey teams that you really like is gone. And now there's new franchises. But like I was saying that there's about 6 times, and there will be more expansion. We're gonna get to a good 40 teams. Hockey expansion is never going to stop. I think it will get to 44 and finally stop. That's what I'm calling. But the hard part is when you get to too many teams is that only one team wins every season, so there's just going to be so much churn and burn. There's going to be just a lot of frustrated fan bases, and it's when there's 32 teams, you still feel like, oh, it's obtainable. There's 32 of us, but it's still obtainable. I mean, have you ever looked around at like 32 people in a room, and just like one of us is gonna, like, think of a job at interview. It's like you look around and there's 31 other people. Right? Me and all these other people are competing for a job. Like, if you've ever gone to a new hire event at a job and you look around and there's just like 30 other people, and you're like, me and all these other people are going to be competing for promotions. Plain and simple. Yes, we're all getting hired at the same time, we're all getting taught at the same time, but now they're going to end up being my competition. And that's exactly what happened. But you also have to, there also has to be, like, the goal has to be obtainable. And when you get to having too many teams, when you have too many teams in a hockey league and only one team wins in a season, there's definitely going to be a lot of problems I can foresee with that. But if you're just joining us, thank you for stopping by. We are watching Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Toronto Maple Leafs at Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins are pelting the Toronto Maple Leafs with shots. It's 4 shots Bruins, 3 shots Maple Leafs. We're down to about 11 and a half minutes to go in this hockey game. Barely 10 minutes have gone by. It's been an extremely physical game. Pasternak just got absolutely shown how to take a seat and how to take a test in school. He got crushed by a hit and took a seat. That was pretty entertaining. Other than that, we've been going over the big stars that we got, and we've been talking about how it's just crazy, crazy, crazy how there have been so many new hockey teams in the last 8 years. Now Utah's going to have a team. And guess what? They're still going to want to talk about going back to Houston, or excuse me, going probably to Houston, going back to Arizona in 5 years. Who knows if Missouri gets another team? And what was it? Kansas City gets another team. Who knows, man? With this expansion talk, there's so much potential. Who knows if the Nordiques come back in Quebec? Who knows if some of these other teams that have history could could split. There's a lot of potential that happens in the National Hockey League, and I'm so excited to see the future and see what's going to happen. Now in this hockey game right now, as far as their possibility of success within this league, within the Stanley Cup playoffs, this is as far as either team goes. The Toronto Maple Leafs win, and they're gonna get crushed and ripped to shreds by the Florida Panthers. It's gonna be disgusting. The Panthers will expose the Maple Leafs just as they did the year before. Bruins are in front. Can't get the puck to go. Bouncing off of a Maple Leaf shin. So, like I was saying, with the Florida Panthers, they have the firepower, they have the grit, they have the consistency, they have the speed. That's a team that can absolutely get back to the playoffs. Or playoffs, excuse me, the finals. The Panthers can definitely make it back to the finals. The Maple Leafs just don't have the defense to deal with that transition game, and of course, the Panthers players, they can play defense and offense at the same time. So for me, I like that ability that the hockey club, the hockey team, has two different ways that they can and will be successful, rather than just one way of being successful. So for me, that's my personal opinion about that. Now let's continue to talk about the next round in the playoffs. The Florida Panthers, so far they've been riding Sergei Bobrovsky, just playing them every single game. And you gotta wonder when and if they're going to give Stolars a shot, because you have two things. A, you have momentum right now with Bobrovsky, and he's playing like a $10 million goalie right now. You're paying Bobrovsky $10 million a season, and the save that he made in that first season on Matt Dumba, excuse me, the first round on against Matt Dumba, where Matt Dumba had that wide open net, lackadaisical. Gotta take a drink of water, or I'm gonna take a huge yawn. So Matt Dumba had that wide open net, right? And he goes to backhand the puck into that net. Sergei Bobrovsky, without even looking, just and he's on the other side. He's on the other side of the blue paint. Sergei Bobrovsky, slow motion, bam, smacks that puck. All the blocks the puck without even looking. He's like that and blocks the puck. Crazy, crazy. One of the most impressive saves that I've ever seen. Absolutely stunning. And it's that if Bobrovsky continues to play at God level, you play because the other thing is like that momentum and you have that trust. You know that Bobrovsky is he's truly just going to save you games. He's going to win you games. Play Bobrovsky. I don't know what situation that you'd unless Bobrovsky's hurt. Well, duh. If he's hurt, then you consider playing Stolars. You look at playing that backup. If he's not injured, Bobrovsky is absolutely riding out this entire season, the entire playoffs. It's absolutely going to be Bobrovsky that's going to take it. Now, in this series right now, the Boston Bruins versus Toronto Maple Leafs, Swayman, absolutely the way more talented goalie, and I don't think that's even a comparison. I don't think that's a conversation that we can even make. Swayman's the better goalie. Now, the other thing about the Bruins is that they have grindy talent. And before in my streams, I've talked about how goalies can have a couple of different talents. And the teams can have a couple of different talents. Sometimes your goalie's more scrambly. Sometimes the goalie's a little bit more low. Sometimes the goalie's got more reach. Sometimes the goalie's a little bit more aggressive or more comfortable with their stick. Sometimes they're a Wonder Woman with their blockers. there's a lot of different playing styles that goalies have, right? But you also have to think about there's a lot of playing styles that other players also have. So, for example, if your team and I mean you also have to take into consideration the like just the talent of your team, right? Because if you have a team that just plays awful defense, well, if your goalie is better at just saving breakaways, 2-on-1s or whatnot, it might just sometimes it might just happen to work out, but eventually, I mean, a bunker can only handle so much artillery at the end of the day before it's going to break, before it's going to collapse. I mean, you can only do things for so long before eventually you will make that mistake. And that is part of being human, is that we're not impervious to mistake, and eventually there's the craziest force in hockey is called puck luck. Puck luck can happen at any time, and it can change the outcome of any hockey game. You got a little frozen piece of rubber, and that thing's getting flicked around at 100 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, and that thing can absolutely do things before you even considered it was moving. Now, we look at the Boston Bruins and we say, okay, Swayman's definitely got the edge over Samsonov. And we've said that Samsonov has, or excuse me, we've said that Swayman has a couple of different playing styles that allows him to thrive. He's good at playing with the defense in front of him. He's good at playing shorthanded. He's overall just a better goalie in every category for the most part. He's a goalie that you can trust. He's a goalie that you can rely on. You look over there at Samsonov, not necessarily the best player shorthanded, not necessarily the best player after he's been scored on. Some interesting stats for you there. Some players just kind of, and some teams just lose that self esteem where they just, some teams just assume that that snowball, once it starts, is just going to continue and continue and continue to happen. It's not always going to be like that. It's not always going to be like that. All right, now talking about the hockey game. There's 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this hockey game. Let's tap into the NHL app and let's look at a little bit of the statistics that we got going on. So right now, as of the NHL app, 9 shots by the Boston Bruins and 4 shots by the Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Boston Bruins are absolutely playing a way more aggressive game right now than the Maple Leafs. They're getting those chances, and not only are they getting those chances, but they're higher pressure chances right now. We've seen a lot of scrums as far as crashing the net. I'm not tired at all. I'm amped. I'm ready to talk hockey. Now this is crazy. Think about having 9 shots against 4, but only having 31% of the faceoffs. Right now, the Bruins have only won 31% of the faceoffs, meaning that the Maple Leafs have won 69% of the faceoffs. That's huge if you're getting those faceoffs because you're probably controlling the puck. However, if you're controlling the puck and you're still only limited to 4 shots, that's a little alarming, right? So that must mean that there's either a lot of takeaways or a lot of giveaways that's happening right now with the Maple Leafs camp. A lack of ability to convert. We're gonna have to eat some more chocolate. Mm-hmm. Chocolate, yeah. Chocolate, yeah. All right. Yeah. Who's tweeting at me? All right. Now for hits, listen to this. Listen, listen, listen. Hey, 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 listen. 13 block shot or 13 hits from the Maple Leafs, 10 hits from the Bruins. We all thought that the Maple Leafs were going to get absolutely crushed by the Bruins. And yes, especially in the game of hockey, that hit count can change really, really fast. It can definitely change really, really fast. But you look as of right now, you look at it. The Maple Leafs are being a more aggressive team now. Does that mean that their forecheck they have to be a little bit more aggressive because they're losing the puck? Sometimes you got to wonder why a team's getting so many hits. Are they just more aggressive? Is their forecheck just better? Are they forcing a back check that they have to defend against? So sometimes some statistics aren't necessarily the most valuable in certain situations. Now listen to this. 6 blocked shots for each team. Each team has 6 blocked shots. I think that is actually pretty insane. I expect the Boston Bruins to double the blocked shots by the Maple Leafs. I think the Maple Leafs are going to be extremely more shot aggressive. I think that they're just going to take shots from almost anywhere they can on the ice. When you have a player like Matthews, I think his puck luck is astronomical in relation to any other player. He just scores from weird angles. He scores when it doesn't look like he's putting in much effort. He just scores. I don't know how he scores so much, but it just happens. And then you're just like, oh, 69 goals. All right. I didn't know we were here, but apparently we're here. So the Maple Leafs, I think that they just honestly, if they just start shooting, they're gonna get something. The Bruins, however, they gotta I think they're still trying for that perfect shot. They're holding on to the puck too long. They gotta realize that puck luck's a thing too. But they're so afraid of the top guns on the Toronto Maple Leafs that they're just not willing to take any chances. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Now, the interesting thing about the star power of the Bruins versus the Maple Leafs is that the Bruins star power, so you're looking at Marchand, you're looking at Pasternak over here, you're looking at McAvoy. All 3 of those players are gritty grinders. All 3 of them gritty grinders. Oh, we caking. We caking. We caking. What do you mean by gritty grinders? They're so, but they're not only that, they're prestigious. They're goal scorers. These players play physical, they play in your face, they play past the whistle, and they're really good at scoring, and they're really good at defending. So for those players in this team, I don't want to like it's kind of weird like how do you say like oh they're super lucky? They're just they're just extremely physical. And their physicality comes from a bunch of different positions. But the other thing about them being a physical team is they go anywhere on the ice and they're not afraid to fight for that puck. That might sound weird, but for some of those fans that have been watching this game for a lot longer, a team that's willing to fight for the puck from almost anywhere on the ice is a very valuable player. And that is what is not only required to win hockey games, but it's what's required to win playoff games. You got to be ready to fight for that puck anywhere and everywhere. And then the other thing is that when you're fighting for that puck, produce with it, do something with it, make it so that when you've retrieved that puck, right, you've done all that work to get that puck back. You hope that you've done something with it, right? You hope that like okay, we get the puck back now from this breakaway or whatever. We're going to make a huge difference. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. We're going to eat more chocolate. Now, while we're waiting for the game to come back, tomorrow we have Golden Knights versus Dallas versus Stars. Game 7. I think it's in Dallas. The Golden Knights will either lose or win. And believe it or not, the Dallas Stars will either lose or win. Thanks for explaining how a hockey game works, Week Aiken. What I'm getting at is that your reigning and defending Stanley Cup champions might get eliminated in the first round, or one of those teams that most of the analysts predicted to win this year's Stanley Cup is eliminated. It's a loaded round one. Two Titan teams. One team that's like 20 million over the cap, it feels like. Another team that is just ready to play some fair hockey. And a coach that really wants to beat his old team. He wants to win a Stanley Cup. He wants to be able to say he accomplished something. I mean, his run with the Sharks, Pete DeBoer is who I'm talking about. His run with the Sharks, his run with the Golden Knights. Don't get me wrong, it was he definitely made teams competitive, but they just never seem to be able to get over that hump, to be able to finish, and to be able to win completely, to win the whole thing, right? Not just win a playoff series or get to the Stanley Cup. I think the goal. Now I predicted Golden Knights in 7. That's me. Golden Knights in 7. Avalanche and so I got a couple of these right. I have Bruins in 7. I had Panthers in 5. Rangers in 4. I got that right. Islanders in 7. Nope. I was really hoping the Islanders would finally do something again, but they didn't. And I don't think we've gotten a single power play. So both teams flawless with penalties. Both teams on their best behavior right now while battling unbelievably hard. 5 to 10 shots. 4 minutes left to go in this hockey game. Who looks like McAvoy fanned on a shot? Who's that? Lilligren? No, Knives. Knives got a breakaway set up. Who do you? I can't tell. DeBrusque battled really hard, but looks like he toe picked or something and just goes sliding into the boards. Nice centering feed, but was unable to finish. I don't even know if he even got a shot off in the center, but I think he must have because Swayman was like skating. You know how goalies like skate back and forth to like the other side of the boards and back after they made a save or something. For some goalies, it's just routine. But like I said, I want the Islanders to win this year. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I'd like to see. I just want to see. I just want to see cool teams, man. Every team in the, for the most part, I like. I like most of the teams in the playoffs. I I want to see new names on the cup. I want to see new emblems on the cup or insignias or logos, whatever you want to call it, on the cup. I want to see the cup. I want to see hockey get more diversified in the fact of more like literally this playoffs. Where every team you can look at and you can make a reason why every team has a chance to win. Every team you can make a reason to how they could win. The Stars, their depth and their young stars that are changing the game, that are giving them new legs, and their veteran players are putting up fantastic numbers, and their goalie is absolutely consistent. Golden Knights, they're $20 million over the cap, which allows them to cheat and well rig the system and just play a lot of players that they normally shouldn't be able to play. Then you look at the Jets. A team that played out of their mind after possibly not knowing what could be the future of this Jets squad this last off season. Of course, they made a lot of changes. Their coach said his 2 cents, and they moved on. Toronto Avalanche. I mean, not Toronto Avalanche. Oh my gosh, Colorado. The Colorado. I just whatever. Colorado Avalanche. Watching the Toronto Maple Leafs, looking at the Avalanche logo, drinking a beer, Arr. And then say something goofy like that. So Colorado Avalanche. I almost did it again. Actually, that'd have been funny. They have McKinnon. They have McCarr. Their goalie situation is mid. Some nights he's good. Some nights he's good. Other nights he's getting blown up. I mean, you looked at that Jets series, and that like there were games where there was getting 4 goals scored against. So I mean, that was absolutely crazy for a playoff game. Absolutely insane playoff series. Hellebuck is a great goalie, but somehow the Avalanche were still able to jam 5 goals down a Vezina finalist. They were able to jam 5 goals down his throat every single game. And you're a Vezina finalist? You gotta think about that. You definitely gotta think about that. That would, in my opinion, if Vezina is just for regular season and not for playoffs, still in the running. If it includes the playoffs, absolutely disqualified. If the playoffs don't have anything to do with it, I guess you don't have to make any additions, subtractions, or adjustments, however you want to put it. Man, my nose is plugged. These allergies, man. The spring and these allergies. I don't like this anymore. I don't like this no more. All right. Canucks. I mean, you have so much young talent on the Canucks. You have Thatcher Demko, who's been playing like an absolute hockey god. Now, the thing about the Nashville Predators is that you have to consider the fact that they are playing up to they're playing up to their competition right now. The Nashville Predators right now is a team that no one saw them getting into the playoffs, and then they just went on one of those runs. There's always that one team that goes on some sort of crazy run, and that was the Predators. The Predators absolutely just started scoring. They just started winning. They started defending, and before you knew it, the Nashville Predators were able to were able to get in the playoffs. They did get trounced by the Canucks. They definitely had problems holding on to leads. They definitely had scoring problems. The Predators definitely had a shot. Weren't able to do it. Edmonton Oilers, you have McJesus. You have Jesus. You have Draisaitl. You look at Hyman's performance during the season, and that performance that he had during the season was just ridiculous. Hyman was going off. Kane hasn't been as fantastic as I'd like, or as his team would have liked. Kane definitely could have done better for that squad. But you have to let like Skinner. Skinner was phenomenal for the Oilers. I had him in fantasy at the beginning of the season, and that's when the team was getting blown the F out. And I actually thought that they weren't going to make the playoffs. And then they changed their coach, and somehow the team was like, yeah, we're actually going to get really good now. And then they came back and absolutely just thrashed them. Just thrashed them. I thought that that was pretty funny. The Kings have a lot of talent. Now they also have a player by the name of Pierre-Luc Dubois, who apparently is a toxic locker room guy. Very unfortunate to hear that he is a toxic locker room guy. Very unfortunate to hear that a player on their squad is injuring or holding their team back from possibly achieving. It sounds achieving greatness. It sounds weird. Nonetheless, here we're still talking hockey. 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go in this first period right now. And with this little time that we have left in the first period, it's still 0-0. Now, the Maple Leafs have caught up a little bit in shots, 7 shots to the Bruins, 11 shots. They're both getting shot. I mean, that's a decent amount of shots, almost 20 shots, total combined shots between both teams in the first period of play. That's a fair amount of shots. If it stays up this consistent through the entire game, I'm very intrigued to see how whichever team is able to do it, like go on to the next round, if they're gonna keep it up, and not even the next round, like the next period. For the Bruins to keep like continue an 11-shot pace, I mean, it's 33 shots isn't unheard of. But my goodness, you better start getting a little bit of recognition. You better get a goal or assist or something. Puck goes on a play, 10 seconds and 10.3 seconds to go left in the first period of Game 7's Bruins versus Maple Leafs. I am going to go to intermission after the period, and I will come back when the game is back. I just wanted to drink some water and stretch my legs, and I'm going to be doing that through just the first intermission, because I'm only going to stream for 3 hours, or excuse me, I'm only going to stream for 2 periods. If it goes into overtime, I'll consider coming back. But for now, I just have 2 periods planned for streaming. I try to keep it to 2 hours because so far that's been, I don't want to say my attention span limit, but sometimes my voice goes and sometimes I experience other things. Nonetheless, first period is done. 0-0 hockey game. The Bruins and Maple Leafs will both go to the locker room, discuss what happened and how they're going to come out with a different strategy. All right, everybody, we will cut to intermission. I will see everybody in 20 minutes when we are back with more hockey. I'm coming back. I'm coming. We coming back. 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 We now back. We gang. We gang. We gang. We gang. We are here back to talk more hockey, watch more hockey. Man, this thing's hurting my forehead. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like digging a hole right in my forehead right here. We got our first penalty. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be against the Maple Leafs. This is gonna be huge. If you're a Bruins fan right now, or if you're a Bruin, or if you're a fan of hockey, oh man, who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows what is going to happen in this hockey game right now? Penalty called. Sheldon Keefe is a screaming. Interesting. If I close these, no, what will happen to my viewer count? Hmm. Hmm. Anyways, Boston Bruins on a power play. 2 minutes. They already get it to the center. Send it back to the feed. Shot. No scramble. Samsonov is just going to clench onto that puck. That puck is going nowhere. Surprising enough that the Samsonov wall combo has proven to, I mean, at the beginning wasn't looking so hot, wasn't looking too promising. Now you look at it, you're not even mad. You're just like, all right, dude, like you're blocking stuff. Thank you. Actually, thank you. And I think that that's another thing when you're a team that's used to scoring a lot and you play against a team and they're not, and it's like, yeah, they're not scoring anymore, guys. That's another self-esteem boost, especially for a goal. You're like, hey, I'm like, my job is to make it so that they don't score goals. Oh, a giveaway by the Boston Bruins goalie, the Swayman, on the Bruins power play at the minute 20 left to go on the power play. The Bruins choke up the puck. Bad play, miscommunications breakdown by the Bruins, and the Maple Leafs almost got a shorthanded empty net goal with almost little effort right there. Bruins now have it in the Maple Leaf zone, and they're going to see what they can do with it. But of course, first they're trying to get some possession of it. A shot right in front, and they're not able to get a goal. Bruins still playing around with it. Now, what's funny is I do have some hockey cards of, like, let's say, for example, Pavel Zacha. He was traded to the Bruins, and I don't have him in a Bruins sweater. You look at a player like Max Domi. I have his blue jacket. I don't have his logo with him with the Maple Leafs. Just like his daddy. I want to be just like daddy. Where that garage? Hmm. Anyways, the Bruins not really able to do anything with this power play. Liljegren is going to come out of the box. Marchand's coming up with some speed. Bruins able to hold off the power play. The Bruins, or excuse me, the Maple Leafs are able to hold off the Bruins on that power play. Very scrappy effort. And the Maple Leafs are just collapsing every single time that puck is ready to be shot. You see all five Maple Leafs players collapse in front of that net. They're not giving the other team a shot at scoring. And now we're getting a Boston penalty. Charlie Coyle. Interference, roughing, cross checking. The penalty that you never know when it's actually going to become a penalty. Okay, a whack. Oh, he pushed him down. This is a hockey game when you're calling that penalty. If the Toronto Maple Leafs are able to score on this, they should be proud of themselves. We got 15 to go in the second period. 2 minutes Power play just loaded up for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs, Tavares wins it. Matthews a shot. Blocked by Swayman. Battle along the boards. Who's going to win it? Tavares. I said Maple Leafs. Matthews get involved in it. Riley back to Matthews. He's going to send it on to Marner. Tries to send it across. Tavares can't get it to go. Back to Matthews. He's going to play with it. Send it back to the point and unable to catch the pass as Riley. Bruins going to get a change. Maple Leafs are going to go in the attack again as they attempt to enter the zone. A little bit of miscommunications reset by the Maple Leafs. Matthews to Tavares. Tavares crunched along the boards, but is able to regain the puck. Puck sprawls right in the middle, off to the side of the Bruins zone, and the Bruins are able to clear again. Almost a minute left to go in the power play, and the Maple Leafs able to have good puck movement, but ever since the beginning of that power play, nothing to do with it. Marchand got a little breakaway, unable to do anything with that except for kill some more time, of course. Domi's going to skate it down, and Yarncroke's going to get a shot. Now the Bruins are going to check Yarncroke into Swayman, and then they're going to attack him for getting cross-checked into him. Nothing like getting beat up and pushed in front of something and be like, hey, why'd you touch that thing I just shoved you into? Wow. If Carlo did not put his stick down like that to block that centering feed that Tavares ended up picking up, it would have been a bad outcome for the Boston Bruins. That would have been a power play goal for the Maple Leafs. Well, without a thought. I can't even blow the goal horn. Oh, a shot with the Maple Leafs with some power. Can Domi funnel it in? He's unable to. The Bruins will clear. The Maple Leafs are going to have about 30 seconds to go on this power play. Are they going to be able to do anything? Jake McCabe, a hero from previous game, dropping it to Domi, the guy who was in the Blue Jacket sweater in my hockey card, to Bertuzzi, the guy who was acquired at the deadline the prior year by the Bruins. Shot on net by the Maple Leafs. And the Bruins are unable to clear. Frederick along the boards. Knives recovers. Sends it down to McCabe. McCabe to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi shot. Swayman block. And the Maple Leafs centering shot. 19 shot block. Swayman block. 19 gets it. I don't know who 19 is. I don't know all the numbers on the Maple Leafs. I don't know all the numbers on the Bruins. And another shot by the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs another centering feed. Whack. The Bruins try to clear it along the boards. And finally, they are able to get it out. And thank you to the best girly for some corn. I need some corn. This game's crazy as hell. That was you that opened the garage? Yep. Just making sure. And right now, if you're in Madison Square Garden, you're twirling your little golden hanky. Gold hankies! Gold hankies! Man, 13 left to go in the second period. Still no goals. And I still don't think the team that scores first is going to win. I could easily see the Bruins scoring first and then the Maple Leafs tying it up. I say Bruins score with 12 minutes to go in the third. Maple Leafs score with 3 minutes to go in the third. Even though I want the Bruins to win, I'm going to predict that the Maple Leafs will win in 6 minutes in overtime. 1-1, first overtime. A little quiet from Week Haken. Yeah, I'm a little quiet. This popcorn's so great. And right now, there's not many plays. We got an icing. We got an icing. That means popcorn break. Oh, he's still blabbing. Popcorn break. I would be very surprised, though, the omen of Matthews returning. Is Matthews going to make the Maple Leafs more unlucky? I think it's interesting. I personally think it's interesting. All right, now, while we have some time, let's talk about why some of the teams that have been eliminated lost. We will start with the Winnipeg Jets. It's hard to win when you're letting in 5 goals a game. What do you do against Nathan MacKinnon? A player that fast, that talented, that determined to score to win. Their ability to just play from any situation, it feels like. The Avalanche are a scary team. However, I do feel that the Golden Knights will win tomorrow. And the Golden Knights will lose to Oil, will beat the Avalanche in 7. It's really funny when they have there's this little kid that's just sticking his tongue out during the interview. It is quite silly. It is quite silly. This guy was had like dreads in the Bruins colors. And we got more hockey back. Hockey is back. Hockey is back. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not putting this popcorn bucket down. This is tastiest. Ah. All right. So pretty much what happened in the last like 30 seconds. Toronto Maple Leafs lost in their zone. It came around, and now there's an icing. It looks like the Bruins did it, so it's going to be in the Bruins zone. So if you're a Boston Bruin, you gotta be careful about that. And if the Maple Leafs keep winning these faceoffs, oh, they get a shot almost right off the faceoff, right on net, just about. That was a rocket. That was a missile. Now you're just watching some dude just eat popcorn and watch a hockey game in silence. All right. I'm slowing down on the popcorn, I promise. Okay. So, why did some of these teams lose? Let's go to the Islanders Hurricane series. Islanders just don't have scoring depth. They're not a team that I feel that prioritizes scoring. I feel like they prioritize defense. They prioritize a smothering style of defense. They don't. They're not trying to win 4-2 or 3-1. They're just trying to win 1-0. They're trying to win 2-1 hockey games. They're trying to win 2-1 in overtime. The Islanders are not a team that's going to score 4 goals, 5 goals in a playoff game. That's their problem. They can't. Their strategy. They're not able to execute it to the curriculum or to the level that would be required for them to be progressive with it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we got another penalty. Hugging? Who's hugging? Who's hooking? Is it McCabe? I don't know. Oh, whack. Number 46. Labushkin? I do not know. All right, Islanders Hurricanes. So yeah, like the Islanders, they just don't have depth scoring. Getting Horvat was great. He started out pretty decent. Definitely is starting to plateau, and that's definitely going to affect them. What do you do? They kind of collapsed. They didn't accomplish anything. They just lost. That's it. They just lost. How do they get better? Change your philosophy. It's boring hockey, and rarely are teams successful with that style of play. You gotta change. Capitals, Rangers. Oh, what do I say? Don't change a thing. Trade the assets that want to go elsewhere. Let everybody else go down with the ship. Capitals are entering rebuild. Ovechkin had the worst playoff series of his life. He can't play hockey no more. You almost wonder what drug he was on or what he was on that allowed him to play hockey so greatly at the end of the season for those last couple months. It's really weird to go from scoring like 20 goals in 30 games to not getting a shot for like 3 games. Like that's crazy. Now, I can't really remember to tell you how Gretzky was towards the end of his career, but Ovechkin just his one trick that he does is slap shot. I think we're starting to see it get less effective. Way, way, way less effective. And that lack of efficiency, that was always the Capitals like that was their trump card. Oh, you gave us a power play? We're gonna pass it to Ovechkin. Ovechkin goes boom and we score. That's been their strategy for the past almost 20 years. And now they're gonna have to find a new strategy. I bet Ovechkin the season that he beats that record, he's quitting. He's gonna quit instantly after that. Oh, breakaway. A shorthanded breakaway by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 24. Unable to do anything with it. Tremendous save by Swayman. Connor Dewar from the Minnesota Wild. He makes a move, fakes, unable to lift the puck on the second attempt. Just has to jam the puck into Swayman. 32 seconds left to go in that Bruins power play. And then you have Oshie on the. So back to the Capitals. You have Oshie. He just gets hurt in every game. Oshie's about ready to retire. I could see Backstrom getting traded, but at the same time, I think he'd rather go down with the ship. It's very interesting that Kuznetsov jumped ship, right? Kuznetsov left, went to the Hurricanes, requested a trade. He was a fan favorite. Everyone loved Kuznetsov. And then he just, oh, breakaway, breakaway. Oh, shoved down. Oh, man. So what? Okay. So the Maple Leafs got a breakaway stretch pass, right? Knives gets the puck, skates down, tries to do a hockey move, gets pushed from behind, loses his footing, slides into Swayman, knocks the net off of the hinges. What's going to happen? I mean, he went fast. Dang. Now look at this. Toronto's at 19 shots for the Bruins, 14 shots right now. Toronto is definitely stepping up their game. They're definitely showing up, stepping up, and saying that they can accomplish this. I'm in awe. They're doing phenomenal. They're getting shots. They're cutting off the Bruins' opportunities. It is quite tremendous. It is quite tremendous. I just think a lot of players in the Capitals are either too old to make it somewhere else, or can Nylander jam at home? He can't. Uh-uh. The Bruins with just a lot of communication breakdowns and just unable to really close. Maple Leafs unable to get it out of their zone. Now they finally do. Bruins are going to get a change. And what a hockey game. The Bruins were completely dominating in the first, and now in the second, their power plays have been ineffective. The Maple Leafs power play was moving the puck around, and it feels like the Bruins, even though they're on the offensive right now, it still feels like they're on the defensive. It still feels like they're not able to explode. Marchand with the puck. He shoots it, And it goes right off of Domi's hand. Bruins try to center it. Nobody there. I'm sorry, everybody. I love popcorn is one of my favorite foods, and it's salty, so you just can't stop. I admit it. I have a problem. I set the bucket down so we can spend this last 5 minutes together. Bruins are gonna move the puck in. Frederick with some stick handling gets a shot on net, unable to do anything with it. I'll take some more chocolate though. Chocolate. All right. So, like I was saying, the Maple Leafs, they're able to put on so much pressure tonight, and their defense has been incredible. They actually collapse when the Boston Bruins are attacking. When the Bruins are attacking, the Maple Leafs are collapsing and just smothering the Bruins, and the Bruins aren't used to this play from the Maple Leafs. I mean, or at least they haven't been able to figure out how to adjust to it. And at first, they were fighting fire with fire. They're like, all right, if we come out faster, we'll beat you, and they did. However, the second period, the Maple Leafs came out different. You know what I'm saying? Like the Maple Leafs came out super different for the second period, all the way up to the point to where the Bruins just couldn't keep pace with them, and the Bruins were missing routine passes that were slowing down their power plays, or they were just being rendered an entire offensive attack was rendered useless because of a lack of ability to complete passes. Of course, 5-on-5 hockey, I'm not saying it's easy. It's always difficult, but I mean, it's it's just such a challenge. It's just such a challenge. Now, all right, like locking in and thinking about the hockey game right now. I still think we're going to go to overtime, especially at this pace. I don't think we're going to get a winner in regulation. I think we're going to get a 1-1 game. Maple Leafs are going to score first, and I think the Bruins will score. Or no, I think the other way around. I said the Bruins would score, and the Maple Leafs would send. I don't remember, but it's going to go to overtime. Oh, that's a weird mask. Yeah, they're showing some Bruin fans that are having a great time on television at the arena. I mean, Madison Square Garden, Game 7, Boston Bruins, original six hockey franchise. People have been sitting in those chairs for years. Here we go. Let's play some hockey. 5 minutes to go. The Maple Leafs win the faceoff. Wow, they're going to somehow convert the puck all the way down. Swayman saves it, pushes it across. Maple Leafs going to recover it behind the Bruins net. McCabe going to shovel it back. Can Camp do anything with it? He cannot. Maple Leafs are going to think about it on the left side of the boards. Battle behind the Bruins side of this Bruins goalie. They're going to shoot it along, and the Bruins are actually going to clear it. Like I said, the Toronto Maple Leafs have just been a ridiculously aggressive team, and the Bruins have just not been able to stand up to that at all. Maple Leafs skating in with some speed, drop pass, and it goes wide. Screen in front of Swayman. He was unable to locate where that puck was. Of course, the Maple Leaf did skate into him. Another centering attempt by the Maple Leafs. Not able to do it, and the Bruins are just scrambling to just get that puck out of their zone. And they're just not able to do it. Maple Leafs still have the puck. They're going to play it back. Can they maintain the possession? Centering feed, bouncing off. And the Maple Leafs just not able to really get like a good shot on it. It's just chaos. They're maintaining control, but It always feels like their passes never get to the person who's like ready to take the shot. Here we come. We got a streaking in player. Nope, we're gonna play pass. And this is 5-on-5 hockey, so we just got some tired Bruins who the passes are just getting through them. Carlos just getting duggied over. Oh, and finally Carlos gonna clear it. And the Bruins are gonna convert a little bit. DeBrus's gonna skate it in just to kill some time. Oh, they're gonna take a shot, unable to make anything with it. We're gonna take some more popcorn. Bruins finally get a few chances. Bruins in the zone. McAvoy hits the netting. Laurie. Nope, the Maple Leafs get it again off the faceoff. 2:30 to go left in the second period. Maple Leafs able to get all the way in the Bruins zone. Let's see if they can do anything. No, they cannot. The Bruins are going to take the puck away. If I knew more players, my play-by-play would be way more immaculate. But right now, it's not. Marchand with a shot. Goes off the boards. No good. Maple Leafs clear. Lowry skates it in. He dangles through three. Maple Leafs finally gets taken down. Bruins take the puck back, but they're unable to do anything with it. Cleared again. And the Bruins have it back again. Do you know who? Yes, I do. My brother wants the Hulu login information. Well, guess what? You gotta be streaming me. I know you and your wife want to watch your brother eat popcorn. And get popcorn dust in a shirt. Gotta put that bucket down. I got the snacks tonight. They're too good. They're too good tonight. Offensive face-off draw for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Domi on it. He's unable to win it. Bruins regain the puck. They're going to send it out. Can they counterattack with a minute to go left in the second period of Game 7 of Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs? The Brusque tries to send it around, gets smothered by a Maple Leaf or two. They're all jamming at it, and Liljegren is just sitting on someone. And now what? We going to get a call? It's because he got cross-checked on the puck? Game 7 history, 51% decided by one goal. And this has been a boring Game 7. And I mean, Very well. This third period, we could see fireworks. We could see goals flying both ways. But I tell you, if this goes down to a 1-goal game and that one goal is scored in the last 3 minutes, it's going to be a kind of a lame game. I want to see some intensity going on for the last bit. That's what I would really like to see personally. Ooh, here we go. 40 seconds. Man, they're just flipping it out. We're not going to have another shooting interaction, I don't think, for the rest of this period. The Bruins are going to try and skate it in, but are they going to be able to connect a pass? The Toronto Maple Leafs defense, funny enough, has just been smothering the Bruins. They're not able to make their passes. They're not able to get their speed. They're not generating opportunities. Looks like we have an icing by the Maple Leafs. It's going to be their defensive zone draw. I think maybe the Bruins are starting to get a little accelerant going on right now. I think the Bruins are finally starting to get a foot in it, some skates in it. Let's go ahead and tweet a little bit. We gotta be tweeting. We're gonna be live tweeting. We got a penalty? Nope, just a face off. What do we got? What happened? We got a second, 1.6 seconds to go. Nothing's gonna happen in a second and a half. What? I think I legitimately just disabled my ability to use my voice to text. Oh my gosh, I want to just tweet. I want to tweet about this hockey game, but then my phone lost its ability to voice to text because I may have taken the permission away to my microphone. Oh my gosh. We're going to close and reopen. App. Clear this. I'll clear your cache too, app. All right. We'll try this again. Nope. The button's gone. Please, someone score. Oh my gosh, this is bad. My phone is just like, it's like, nope, doesn't want to delete, doesn't want to do anything. All right, chat, talk to me about hockey. I'm going to be eating some corn because I'm going to be doing this during the intermission. Eating corn, talking hockey. What if we did see just like 6 goals? Just see the Maple Leafs just torch the Bruins, like score 6-0. Because if the Maple Leafs were up 3-0 by like 9 minutes to go, they're pulling the goalie. Eating my corn. Can't believe that voice to text just failed so bad. I'll just close it. Embarrassing. I'll give it one more shot. Somebody score already. Wow. All right, it's just glitching. We're not tweeting. My phone's tweaking. It is tweaking. Now, if you're the Capitals, what do you even like? The team won't get better. Ovechkin's performance will not get better. He's done scoring 50 goals. It's just not going to happen. I do not want this game to go to 5 overtimes. They're talking about the Penguins game. Talking about Matthews, one shot, 8 out of 12 faceoffs, 14 shifts, total minutes of 10.50 seconds on time of ice. All right. Now, this is left less of an eat along and more of a hockey talk again. I wanted that popcorn, everybody. I'm watching a hockey game. I want some popcorn. I want my Philly cheesesteak chips, Philly cheesesteak pub chips. I want my pretzel with beer batter cheese. I want my beer. I'll drop $50. We got about 3 cases of beer for $50. I'm aware of that. However, at least I'm gonna try and enjoy my game, enjoy myself. When you when you go out, you're supposed to have a good time. And when you plan to go out, you should plan the budget to be able to have a good time, and not. Yeah, there are certain things you're like, wow, that's ridiculously expensive. You don't have to indulge in everything, right? You don't have to indulge in everything. So the things that you're choosing to not indulge in, you're going to be a lot more. You could be a lot more protected by. Now, when we're talking about indulging, these Toronto Maple Leafs over here are just not. They're not getting past Swayman right now. They are definitely the team that's playing better. They're the team that's hungry. They're the team that wants it. They want to come back and win 3 games in a row. They want to change history. They really, really do. And it's just not happening. It's not. They're they're not coming back from this. The deficit is large. And not only is the deficit, well, I mean it's 0-0, but uh, what I mean is like the overall like grindiness. Like, right, don't get me wrong, the Maple Leafs are absolutely out grinding the Bruins right now, but the Bruins just have a way better track record of overcoming these feats and really showing up in these type of situations. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have a history of doing the opposite. They have a history of screwing up. Now, I'm really excited to see in this hockey game. What I'm excited to see in this hockey game is desperation. When players are desperate, they're going to skate faster than what they might like plan for. Anybody in sports knows that when there's like that last like 2 minutes, you're playing like you hit this panic, adrenaline or whatnot, and then you're flying for the last 2 minutes. You're running at your top of your top speed. You're skating at your top speed. You're throwing at your top speed. I mean, your focus is higher. Everything's heightened. I mean, and then the competition just gets crazy. I think this third period is going to have that exact level of compete. That, that exact level of compete is going to happen, and I'm really excited to see what are the Bruins going to do. If you're the Bruins, you've been on your heels for a lot of this game, or at least this last period. Are you going to bend to the Leafs, or are you going to be better? Are you going to overcome the adversity? Or are you going to be stuck in mediocrity? I think they're going to get stuck in mediocrity. That's what I think. I think that they're not going to be able to get out of where they're at. Now, let's rewind this back. Now, look at the Tampa Bay Lightning as another team that's lost. So, yeah, I am hopping around. I am just thinking about how tasty that chocolate was. We're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, the Tampa Bay Lightning won 2 cups, went to 3 in a row, went to a lot of conference finals. We're pretty sure that Kucherov just had 100 assist season, right? I still think. Welcome to the stream if you just came here. Right now, I'm bouncing around some topics right now. Right now, the topic that I'm bouncing around is what's going on with the teams that have lost already in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I've gone over the Islanders. I've gone over the Capitals. Right now, we're talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning. So for the Tampa Bay Lightning, they were unable to keep the gang together. And just like Pittsburgh, another team who won back-to-back Stanley Cups, they've been unable to get new players in that extremely jive with the team and that are budget enough. Because I mean, a lot of it sometimes is like you have these draft picks that are playing, and I say this a lot. You're getting paid $2 million a year, but you're playing like an $8 million a year player. You get players like that are just starting to click. Your chance of winning skyrockets. Absolutely skyrockets. You have like sometimes like a lot of teams that win just have cheap players in the salary cap era that end up just performing better than everybody else. That's pretty much it. You have players that are just performing better than they had expected or that they thought that they were able to do, and they just pop off. They're able to compete. They're able to achieve. I gotta open up my live chat. No one said anything. I'm gonna say hi, chat. Hi, chat. Because I think more people are gonna go to YouTube. Hi, chat. So, anyways. So we're talking hockey, talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning and why they're just not like. I just don't. I feel like that teams that win the Stanley Cup that make a lot of deep runs and that break up, that your team loses a sort of that camaraderie, that brotherhood of like we came together, we won this cup, we grinded through all these seasons, and we did it. And now with Father Time, you've tried for many seasons, and you might only be able to get to be where you want to be. Maybe it takes you 8 seasons or 9 seasons to get there. Well, if it's taken that long, you win your cups. Now it's been 11 seasons. Now the last time you won a cup was 2 years ago. So now 13 seasons. Father Time's catching up. You're not as fast as you were. You're not getting better. You're not improving your game. You might be adapting your game, but you might not be improving your game. And that is one of the reasons why the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're just not really going to be able to generate a lot come this next season. Now, I think a lot does ride on if Stamkos returns, but at the same time, who could replace Stamkos? And is the team just truly better off rebuilding? But I mean, you got Vasilevsky, you got Point, you have Hedman, you have Kucherov. There's no way that they couldn't bring in a player and still be successful. That just makes no sense, right? Like, there's no way I'm wrong. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they hit on Brandon Hagel. So far, they haven't hit on Tanner Jeannot. Tanner Jeannot was playing the fourth line during the Stanley Cup playoffs. The fourth line for a guy that traded 2 first-round picks. And it's not to boost the first line or the fourth line. It's because that's what his potential is right as of right now. Tanner Jeannot is just not not been it. He has not been able to develop in the power forward. But for example, say Stamkos leaves, is Jeannot the guy that they're like, well, we paid 2 first-round picks for him. We're gonna try and jam him into the system, and he either works and we win, or he doesn't work and we get punished real bad. It's one or the other, right? It's definitely one or the other. Now, moving forward, Vasilevsky, he had some injuries and he did good with some games, and other games towards the end he was really, really, really struggling. Who knows what goes on with Andre Vasilevsky anymore? And like I said, all those players for the most part, especially like their core players, they've peaked. There might be one or two that have not peaked. Most of them have peaked. Most of them are older, over 30. The gas, there's less gas in the tank, you're more fragile. It's just probably not going to happen. And being realistic is going to be hard, but it's an integral part of that hockey club right now is that the Tampa Bay Lightning have to they got to figure out what they're going to do with their top scoring line. Are they going to re oh my gosh, commit? I kept thinking submit for whatever reason. Recommit to Stamkos? Or are you going to try and shove a player like Tanner Deneau into a higher profile role where he may sink or swim? The team might sink, the team may swim. Will Kucherov be able to set him up enough so that he'll score? All right. Game recap. 21 shots for the Maple Leafs, 17 for the Bruins. We have 36 hits for the Maple Leafs and 35 for the Bruins. That is what we call a close hockey game. All right. Period 3 has just started. Here we go. Week Aiken watch party. Week Aiken watch party. We here. 0-0 hockey game. Boston Bruins, Toronto Maple Leafs. 2 original 6 teams. Game 7. Tied 0-0. Tied 0-0. Oh, the Bruins almost got the most dangerous tip. They could have been up 1-0 with 19 minutes to go left in this hockey game. Bruins clear it. Now, Coyle is just going to dump it on in along the boards, get a good bounce, see if they can recover it. They're unable to do so. Domi's going to try to Dougie past the defense, unable to do that, but he gets the zone, drops to Marner. Marner tries to set up McCabe. McCabe unable to absorb that pass. And now a little bit of battle along the boards. Bertuzzi gets it, sets up. Nope, that was not Domi. That's Marner has it. Can Marner still has it. Marner dugging. Then they get a shot with Swayman with the save on number 20. Number 20. I can't believe it. In the first period, the Boston Bruins had 11 shots to the Maple Leafs 6. They've now had like 24 shots, the Maple Leafs, to the Bruins 17. Huge change in pace. It's 23 shots for the Maple Leafs, 18 for the Bruins right now. 5 more shots when they were 6 behind after the first period. They've definitely stepped it up, like I said, in that second period. And they're so hungry. They don't want to go home. They do, and that's another thing, is that if you're the Bruins, you're just like, all right, we get to stay home, we get to party a little bit, have a beer tonight, start mentally preparing for the next round, the next series, right? And you don't have to go anywhere. But if you're the Maple Leafs, that flight home of like, yeah, we lost, our season's over, and now we get to go clear out our stalls and put our jerseys away and do our exit interview or get ready for our exit interviews and all these things. It's just, ooh, Bruins chip it out. It's gonna be a lot. And for whatever team happens to lose, expect a lot of changes. Expect a lot of changes, whether it's the Bruins or the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs, you got too many expensive players. You're losing. Bruins, you have a lot of history on your shoulders. You have a lot of players that are talented. What's wrong? Why can't you put it together? Who needs to get moved? What do we got to do? Is it the coach? Is it the players? What's going on with the Bruins? Offsides, it looks like we have on the Maple Leafs. We're gonna get a face-off outside of the defensive zone. What a offensive game. And if you look to the left at the Toronto Maple Leafs cards, all those players have been getting shots. All those players have been participating tonight. And you look at the right, same thing. Now, the result, though, the Bruins side with my hockey cards Now, albeit I only have these hockey cards for these players, and these are kind of the better players that I'm highlighting. The Bruins have a larger variety of talent. Their talent is not, it's more diverse with their position management. It's not just stuck at one spot. It's not just offense. So the Bruins, one of their benefits right now is that due to their how stretched out they are, the Bruins are completely able to withhold this offensive attack the Maple Leafs have had. The surprising thing is the Maple Leafs are playing way, 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 way up to their defensive statistics. The Maple Leafs do not have as good defensive statistics. The Bruins should have a couple, but I mean the Maple Leafs also have ridiculous scoring statistics. So it's so interesting that we get another icing, and you can tell the nerves are high in this third period. It's a very intense period. It's a very tense period. I have no idea where this game is going. Now, if it is, it's weird though, because like, do I think a goal from the Bruins is gonna, or excuse me, from the Maple Leafs is going to be by one of their top four players? I can see it, but I could also see like a grindy player like Domi just getting some, or Knives just getting a lucky poke and scoring that way. So I could definitely see the Maple Leafs winning by. I think if the Bruins win, it's gonna be because one of their all stars scores. If one of the Maple Leafs wins, it's gonna be because one of the third or fourth line guys is just gonna get a grindy bounce or a grindy just like garbage sweeping goal where it squeaks between Swayman's pads, or they're just gonna get like just a weird bounce goal is what I'm calling it. I just don't just no 0-0 overtime. If you're here in the chat, tell me you agree with me. Tell me no 0-0 overtime. Game is back. Here we go. The competition is still going. The hits are still flying. Bruins have it. Unable to get a shot off. Oh man, that was a fantastic attempt by DeBrusque. Gets it out of the corner, gets it to the front of the net, and fans in the shot. But that's all it took for the Maple Leafs to get all the way down to the Bruins side and take another shot as well. They're unable to convert with it. They're unable to finish it. Doing some streaming. Let my coworker know that I'm streaming. Anyways, lock back into this hockey game. Oh, Bruins in with a beautiful shot right off the pads of Samsonov, right into the net. Wow. That was a rapid shot. And it's something like that I think was that Grizzlick just completely Dougie's over Riley shot. Samsonov didn't even move. The Bruins fan, nobody even knew that shot even popped off. Wow. That was crazy, crazy, crazy. That would have been so funny if I was muted because I mute myself for some things, but I don't mute myself all the time. Anyways, all right. Wow, 0-0 left to go in the hockey game. And the time is dwindling by just so slowly. Both teams icing the puck, getting offsides. What do we have now? I just want to see a good back and forth for like 4 minutes. Come on, guys. Fire up. Van Riemsdyk. What's going on? Oh, they got to whisper in each other's ear. Hey, pass here. Hey, you do this. Hey, you do that. It's right outside of the oh my gosh, Maple Leafs defensive area. And the Maple Leafs win the face-off, and they're unable to maintain possession. Bruins will skate it in. Unable to maintain possession, battle along the boards. Squeaks out to behind the Maple Leafs net. They're going to try and clear it, send it around the boards. The Bruins unable to maintain possession in the offensive area, but they will regroup in their defensive area right now, going for another attack. They're going to send it down, hoping to recuperate the puck. Maple Leafs, will they keep it? Morgan Rielly gets tied up. He will be able to clear it down. And yet, back to neutral ice we go. Both teams just whacking the puck in, trying to make the other team make a mistake off of just a cheeky bounce. They're trying to get that puck luck, and that puck luck is not happening to anybody. We almost had puck unluck for if you were William Nylander, almost toe-picked with the puck. He did catch himself. If you're a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, you're saying luckily. If you're a guy that doesn't, if you're a fan that doesn't like the Bruins, you're saying, luckily. However, if you're on the other side, you're like, shoot, I wish that would have happened. Maple Leafs trying to make another offensive zone, and was it Nylander, the guy that I was just talking about, does get the puck in the zone. Maple Leafs, can they make anything with it? No, they're going to shoot it out of their own zone. It actually goes all the way back into their defensive zone. Puck back, almost back in the Maple Leafs offensive zone, back to neutral ice. Can the Bruins recover? Bruins send it in. Maple Leafs recover. Maple Leafs attempt to flip it out. Pastrnak turnaround shoots. Bounces off a couple players, but no longer a threat. Maple Leafs clear to neutral ice. Pastrnak again tries to get the puck into the offensive zone, but unable to maintain possession. Loses it to the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are generating an offensive swoop. Rielly with a flipper on in. And we have a ref with the hand in the sky. Are we going to call an offsides? They're calling offsides. That's what I think. But if you just joined, take a look at these hockey cards. These are the main players that we are talking about tonight. These are the main players that we are following tonight. We are talking about the game. If you just got here, comment down below who you want to win. Who do you think is going to win tonight? I think the Maple Leafs are actually going to pull it off, even though I want the Bruins to win. I think this game is going to go to overtime. I think we're going to see a goal relatively soon by the Boston Bruins. And then, on about 3 minutes left to go in the period, the Maple Leafs will score. The Maple Leafs will score. And then we're going to go to overtime. And then in overtime, that's in overtime. That's when I think the Maple Leafs are going to get some sort of grindy goal by a third or fourth line player. I was saying like Domi is a player that I think that could get it, or Knives. I think Domi or Knives could definitely score the game-winning goal. If the Bruins win, I'm saying that it's going to be one of their stars. It has to be one of their stars if the Bruins win. I feel like that's the only people that are jiving and jamming. If you're on the Bruins, those are the only players that I feel like are going to get your goals. You've gotten some output from some of your defensive talent. Fantastic. You want to see something from Marchand, McAvoy, Pastrnak. It's that simple. Do you want Bergeron to score? Do you want Char to score? Guess what? They're not on your team no more. You want Yager to score? He's not on your team anymore. So, if you're a Boston Bruin, you gotta learn how to handle the puck. You gotta learn how to handle the puck. They're just dumping it in. The Maple Leafs are smothering them in the neutral zone, so the Boston Bruins are dumping the puck in. They're not really getting any passes, which is leading and resulting in a lack of quality shots. I like the good old St. Pat's jerseys. That'd be cool to see them wear them in the playoffs. Toronto just clears it with ease. Boston Bruins lost 3 straight game 7s. I guess they lost against the Panthers. I don't know the other teams they lost against. Oh, Pasternak with an absolute beauty of a move. Gets the puck all the way to the defensive area, all the way to the net, all the way to Samsonov. But Samsonov catches that puck. Didn't really have to move, but an absolute beauty of a move by Pasternak. Unable to raise that puck, unable to make a go of it. Still a beauty, but not enough oomph on that shot. And that's another thing, though, is that the Bruins are just having to take these shots from very poor angles because of the smothering defense by the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're not able to get these passes that they've been trying to get. That's why they've been dumping the puck in there. They've been getting their angles cut off. So they're having to take these really awkward shots. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be puck luck that is going to result in a goal right now. All right, we got a face-off won by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they're going to clear it. Can the Bruins maintain possession of neutral ice? They are going to get it back in the Maple Leaf zone. But the Maple Leafs attempt to clear. Bruins get it. Centering feed. Federer unable to make anything with it. Shattenkirk tries to center it, unable to do anything with it. Van Riemdijk going to send it and back. And the Maple Leafs, is that Matthews? No, it's Kampf. Unable to do anything with it. Van Riemdijk muscles it, gets it to the front, shoots it off the side of the net. And the Maple Leafs will just bounce it off so that they can get a change. The Bruins going to get on another attack. Who's dumping it in? None other than a guy I don't know, number 20. I don't know, man. I don't know half of the team. I know some players, right? My play-by-play is decent. And just like that, probably offsides. Now, through all of that craziness that we just witnessed, 24 shots for the Maple Leafs, 21 for the Bruins. The Bruins are starting to catch back up with the shots. They've definitely stopped the Maple Leafs onslaught. They've definitely taken the momentum back. And now, if you're a Boston Bruins, after that Pasternak Dougie, you now believe in yourself a lot more. You're feeling like you're going to get a chance. Here we go. What do we got? Maple Leafs going to get into the offensive zone. Are we going to get, oh my gosh, so many stops and play. Come on, refs. Let them play hockey. We all just want to watch some hockey. Let's see if I can find some of the stats that is going on right now in this hockey game. Third period, 12 minutes left to go. Game 7, 2 original 6 franchises. We caking live on Twitch. Oh, that was a shrill voice. Live on YouTube as well. Now, 60% face-off win by the Maple Leafs. And we're definitely seeing that. If you don't hear me saying that, that's so important. That pretty much means that if you win those face-offs, you're pretty much almost guaranteed possession of that hockey puck, which means that your hockey team is going to be in control of the play. You are in the offensive mindset. You do have the ability to make the plays. 60% of that time, the Maple Leafs are able to make those decisions, putting the Boston Bruins on the defensive. Boston Bruins enter with speed. They get a shot on net, number 24. And they're going to dump it around. Can 24 muscle it out? No, the Maple Leafs are going to chip it out. And they're going to slowly send it to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi surveilling his options. He's just going to dump it in. Carlos skates over to it, unable to get to the puck. Bertuzzi with it again. Bertuzzi, last year with the Bruins, this year with the Maple Leafs. Giving the Bruins a lot of trouble this season. And almost got a random crazy shot was Matthews. Carlo trips. Do we have a call? Nothing. Maple Leafs score! 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 William Nylander! William Nylander scores! William Nylander scores. It is 1-0 in this hockey game. William Nylander scores the first goal in Game 7, not the first game. Look at that, William Nylander. Matthews centering feed to Nylander. Swayman. No way he's getting over in that amount of time. No way he's getting over in that amount of time. I'm really quiet as I try to. I am effing it up, everybody. All right. Game 7 history. Team scores first. 174 out of them win to 47 of them losing. So if you score first, you're 3 times likely to win this hockey game. And now the Bruins have to make something with it. Can Matthews assist? Matthews back in this hockey game. Is that going to give the Maple Leafs the edge? Are the Maple Leafs going to take this game home? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, man. I'm not even sure if a power play could change the way that this game is going to go. The Bruins fans are... Oh, Bruins right front! Bruins right front, bouncing puck goes right over the net. Swayman bounce, centering feed. Score! 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 Boston Bruins score with a minute right back. Lindholm answers right back. Lindholm scores right back, and if you're a Bruin fan, the hope is not gone. The game rages on. We have a hockey game. Oh, man, that chippy goal, that chippy shot that goes right over. Lindholm with a little dink loft shot. Just a little sauce shot, little weird saucer bounce, little spaceship flying on in, happens to score. And it's a tie hockey game. We're going to go into overtime. I don't like that. I don't like that. Ugh. This is why playoff hockey is the best sport on earth. Bruins be attacking again. I got a little sidetracked and had to drop those tweets. We live tweeting, live watching, live watching, live tweeting. Now, it's still anybody's hockey game. We could either go into overtime, or the Bruins could score again, or the Maple Leafs could score again. What I like is that now both teams are energized. Both teams know that, hey, we can score. This can happen. These teams are making mistakes now. We're getting pucks to the front. There are mistakes being made. Confidence is going to the wrong areas. I like to see where we're going in this hockey game. Pastrnak going to try to get it out. Unable to do so. Riley's going to try and dump it back. Pasternak's not going to get there. The Bruins are not going to be able to smother the Maple Leafs. Oh, Tavares falls, but he's still able to clear the puck. Still able to clear. The Bruins, is that an icing? The Bruins just have such a high possibility, to win this game, especially at home. You got all these fans just cheering for you. It'd be a great time to be a Bruins fan, I'll tell you that. If you're in the stadium right now, your team just tied up that hockey game within a minute. They know their team's ready to play. They know that their team's they want to advance. They want to come back to this arena. They want to be a part of history. Everybody here wants to be a part of history. Bruins win a faceoff. Doesn't happen too much. Shot on net. Bounce off. Can Marchand retrieve it? He does. Unable to send it back to the point as it's intercepted by Knives. Knives will clear it. The Bruins are going to try to reset. Marchand back with it. He's going to dump her on in. It's a slow puck. Maple Leafs will try to shoot it around. Carlo going to send it back to the front. Unable to find the puck. Samsonov knocked to the ice, and Knives will loft it in. And now the Bruins are going to figure out what's going on. We're going to have a power play. We're going to have icing. Tavares is not having it. Why is Mike and I gotta get knocked down and our goalie get knocked down? Sit down. That guy's keeping his chain in his original packaging. I respect that. She has a Pasternak zipper. I respect everybody that buys the big chains. They're so dumb, they're awesome. I'd buy a big logo chain. $20? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Sign me up. I would absolutely spend $20 for a dumb chain. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it's like the paint doesn't chip, and hopefully like the chain links don't break. Hopefully I'm not saying like it needs to like be able to like withstand like a lot of thrashing, but come on, man, if a fan is standing up, cheering, jumping, and whatever, you gotta hope that that chain's gonna hold up for something. Seven and a half minutes left to go. After those goals, this has been a different hockey game. Both hockey clubs are looking confident. And that confidence is pretty obvious right now. That both clubs have. Look at the Maple Leafs. Fantastic. McAvoy has been fantastic for a defenseman. Converting the puck, setting it up, making offensive chances, winning battles along the boards. You have Marchand, who we're not going to give compliments to. We're not giving Marchand compliments. This is not we're not a Boston Bruins fan channel. But all I will say is that Marchand is he is sticking to his game plan, and that is causing him success as of right now. Do some neck rotations, loosen up a little bit. We still got 7 minutes to go in this third period of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We caking Stanley Cup playoffs. Here we go, round 2. If you're still with me, that's what's up. Round 2 Stanley Cup playoffs. Round 1 Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 7. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm itching my armpit. I'm just thinking hockey. I'm just thinking, well, I guess maybe I'm thinking that we need 2 goals. Tied with 27 shots each. Well, now that both teams have scored, that interesting statistic about the team that scores first is 3 times more likely to win. This could definitely be one of those games where that is not the truth. If the Bruins fire back, and that's crazy though, because like what you'd think that if the other, how many of those games do you think are 1-0 games? Because that momentum you just have to think would have swung the other way when the game gets tied. I don't know, man. That's just what I think. Or you wouldn't choke like a huge lead. So those games can't be that high scoring, or I'd be pretty sad. Maple Leafs, Tavares enters and shoots it at Swayman. Swayman holds on. 28 shots for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And this game couldn't go any slower. Couldn't go any slower. The hits are still coming. The shots are still coming. The flow is still intense. This hockey game has been immaculate. The chat has been immaculate. What's going on, chat? Bruins are going to get it out of the zone, and they're just going to dump it. Pasternak's going to retrieve the puck. Can he send it to a Bruin? He does. Can they make anything with it? Man, if he can Michigan. Oh, he's going to turn around. Can they actually shoot? They do nothing with their chances. And that's got to be frustrating if you're a Boston Bruin. You get the puck all the way in, you circle the net, you don't get a shot. Shot on net. Nope, it just hits a maple leaf. The Bruins are just unable to get shots on net. And maybe that's one of the reasons why they're just getting smothered and they're missing their opportunities. They're taking too many passes. Maybe they're trying to get more of a perfect shot and it's just not happening. Van Riemsdyk, wraparound attempt. And the Maple Leafs hold strong as Marner just guns down the ice. Tries to get it to Bertuzzi. No luck. Frederick unable to make progress getting down the ice. Yeah, not progress. It's progress now. Edmondson is going to think about what to do in the defensive zone. Stretch pass for the Maple Leafs. No icing is called. Bruins get out of their zone. They're skating back. No team blew a 3-1 series in back-to-back seasons in NHL, MLB, NBA history. I don't even know. What? No team has blown a 3-1 series? That's hard to believe. In any of those sports, no team's ever blown a 3-1. I don't know, man. I don't think that's true. I think there's plenty of teams that have done that. I mean, if there's teams that have reverse swept, there's definitely teams that have come back with only one victory. Ooh, unable to get the puck, but a bulldozer of a hit. We're gonna get some interference on Morgan Riley. Nope. Nope. Boston, Massachusetts. Show off the ferries and show off the boats. Show off those boats. What a stream. What an event. I can't believe we're still tied 1-1 in this hockey game. This game 7 right now. Let's see here. I'm going to do something a little scummy. Let's answer questions in other people's chats. Hope the Leafs win so that I can see C's reaction. Whose chat do you think I'm in? I'm just hopping around to different hockey streamers. Who else is streaming hockey right now? Let's take a look. NHL. We're gonna search. We're gonna search for come on, phone. Seriously? HL search. And let's filter to live. Apply. Spittin' Chicklets has a live. Toronto Sports Insider, Locked On Sports Today. Sam Leb, live on sports. Hockey Direct Live. Pasta Watch Party. We got a lot of watch parties. Philadelphia live stream, that's a real thing. Wow, that's a depressing live stream. There are a lot of people that have. There's a lot of people that have viewers. A lot of watch parties going on. There's so many people that are doing hockey watch parties, and that's awesome. 4 minutes to go, 28 shots apiece. Can the Bruins do anything with this offensive attack? I think that the Maple Leafs are going to get the possession of this puck right now. Bruins trying to play catch. Ref gets in the way. And then a hit prevents the Bruin player from getting the puck. If my volume is up, I'd probably hear some angry Bruins fans. Crazy, crazy, crazy Leaf fans right now. Come on, I don't care who the Panthers have to beat. Whoever they play, they're gonna crush. The Panthers will win the next round. So whoever wins this series just gets to prolong their happiness for 2 more weeks. That's it. That's it. You'll feel better about yourself that you made it to the second round. If it truly is the Maple Leafs, yeah, you make it to the second round, but you get thrashed. And if you're the Bruins, you'll probably make it to 7 games or so. I put it going to 5 games actually. If Panthers would beat the Bruins in 5 games. Not sure that's going to happen. Just about 3 minutes to go. Oh, we got an offensive attack by the Maple Leafs. Can they do anything with it? They can't. That puck's out of that zone. Puck is out of that zone. Maple Leafs slow it down, and they're going to try and get an attack. But they get it in the Bruins zone. Swayman out of his cage to stop the puck. The Bruins get it out of their zone. We're going to have a neutral ice battle. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win the attack? Maple Leaf have it in the Bruins zone. Bruins going to gain possession along the boards. They're going to skate her out. 2-2-2 left to go in the period. Bruins, Frederick has it around the net. Is he going to have possession? Matthews is going to cut him off. He's going to send it back. Van Riemsdyk sends it back. Shot! Over the net. Send it back. Shot! Oh, goalie's lost a stick. There's a broken stick also. Can the Bruins do anything? Oh, no. Labushkin's going to get it, and they're going to clear it. Samsonov is going to recover a stick. However, that will be an icing with barely 2 minutes left to go. Both teams have their all-stars on the ice. And they're showing that replay. The Bruins actually getting some shots on the net. The Bruins were struggling with those shots. The Bruins just were not getting the shots. And of course, without those shots, well, you're not going to win a hockey game if you're not getting shots. I'll tell you that. You need those shots. Bruins offensive draw. The Maple Leafs win it. Oh, and are they able to dump it along? They will. No, McAvoy holds it in. McAvoy holds it in. He's going to try and center it. Ooh, unable to do so, and the Maple Leafs will flick it out into the defending area of the Bruins. Can the Bruins get anything going with a minute and a half left of this hockey game before we go into overtime? No, 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 no. Maple Leafs with the attack. They skated in behind the net. Tavares battles for it. Knives pinballs the puck around. The Bruins get a clear. Almost a minute to go. 5 seconds. A minute to go left in this hockey game. The Bruins, Domi. I was saying Domi tries a shot, flubs the shot, loses a stick. All out total embarrassment. If the Bruins score right here, Marchand with the balance, Labushkin's going to get the puck, and he's going to go for a clear. And Domi is going to try to shove it along, a little whack-a-mole. And we're going to have some neutral ice battles. Bertuzzi sends it along. McAvoy. ends up clearing the puck, sends it all the way the length of the ice. No icing. 25 seconds left to go in this third period. Game 7, Eastern Conference. Here we go. We're going to head to overtime. We got 15 seconds left. The Maple Leafs with one last attack. Can they do anything with the Bruins' possession? Can't clear. Maple Leafs skated around. Maple Leafs still have it. 3 seconds. Centering. Oh, Slayman pounces on it. Frederick's going to hold him out. And we're going to have a little bit of a scrum as we hit double zeros on the clock. End of regulation. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins fighting for their lives, for their seasons, for the Stanley Cup. The Maple Leafs and the Bruins are fighting for their lives, for the ability to compete for the Stanley Cup, and, of course, their shot at being the best hockey team in the world. I'm just, oh dang, that Lilithmon's hot. Oh, Lilithmon X. Dang. Nothing makes me happier than a Digimon when they make X antibody. No one's going to know what I'm talking about. That is going to have a beautiful parallel. I can't wait to collect that. What I need, one more Leviathan Akis parallel, I think. So I have 4 parallels in good shape. I think that's all I need. I'm glad I got that Agu. Man, no one knows what I'm talking about. Interesting. So only 15 minutes until overtime? We got a 13-minute counter before we go into overtime in this hockey game. Oh. And I don't know in this series who's won more overtime hockey games. I'd assume it would be the Maple Leafs pushing it to game 7, but I do not know. Oh, that's hot. Lady Devamon X. That's so cool. Give me all the dusk and dawn that you possibly can. Dude, I'm live tweeting. I'm retweeting. I'm live posting. I'm doing everything right now. Just translate for me. It's all I want. It's all I ask. Just translate for me. On play, on evolve. How much does it cost? 8 for 8. Only Digivolves on purple. I evolve. Give one opposing Digimon until an attack. Violet and Zedrucken token. Interesting. That looks awesome. All right, I'm getting sidetracked, everybody. No one's saying anything in my chat. You got there's a guy with the Bruins jersey out and all the Toronto Maple Leafs fans. That guy's talking mad smack. He's amped up, and these Maple Leafs fans don't want to hear it. There's someone with a Blackhawks jersey in the fans. Well, I guess if you want controversy, that's one way to find it. All these Burger King commercials are killing me. I already ate a lot of snacks. You got. If you've been here from like the beginning, you were seeing me just kill that popcorn. But we're kind of just at the spot in the stream where we're just waiting for that game to come back. Give me more hockey. Lilithmon X. Ooh, Black Taco. Black Taco Cat Axe would be pretty cool. All turn once per turn. When this Digimon would leave the battle area, other than battle, this Digimon is Lilithmon or X antibody. It's evolution cards. By deleting one other Digimon in play, it remains instead. All turns once per turn. When another Digimon is deleted, it's your turn. Play level 4, lower purple for my trash at no cost. Go to your opponent's turn, trash their top security. So she saves herself and brings stuff back. And she recycles stuff. Interesting. I mean, I couldn't imagine losing a game 7, coming back, winning 2 games, and just having to fly home if you're the Maple Leafs. But I mean, if you're a Bruins fan, I guess it's not a fun drive home, just being like, that must be a quiet drive home. You lose a game 7. I mean, of course, it's still just the first round. They're all players have playoff overtime goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players on the Maple Leafs that combine for a total of 7 goals. When there's only 4 players on the Bruins that combine for, believe it or not, 7 goals. So are you telling me that they're both the same? I don't know what they're saying. Ooh, that's a fantastic picture. Triple overtime? I don't know about that, Pierre LeBrun. We're talking about hockey. We got 7 minutes to go, man. Oh, man, we're going to scroll through Twitter and we're going to talk. NHL Game 7 is going overtime. We want to see your live reactions to the eventual series winning goal, Stanley Cup. Send your videos here. I just hope both teams lose, is what someone says. That's funny. Leafs almost had a buzzer beater on a Bruins own goal. That wow, that would be a quiet drive home. Now I see that Matt Murray, the goalie of the Maple Leafs, is trending. They're all they're all just sharing memes about what happened if Matt Murray came out of the tunnel and he started as their goalie. All right, now we're gonna go to the trending page on X, the sport page of the Maple Leafs versus Bruins. Some people are putting their fingers in their alcohol. Paul Bissonnette is talking about Maple Leafs, trying to give him a pep talk. Why are you wasting your breath, Paul? Stop it. You're wasting your breath. Someone's saying, go Leaves! People posting random statistics. Ooh, we got a meme. It is the calm bearded blonde. My mental health well being is solely and completely in your hands. Boston Bruins logo. I'm literally just a hockey team. Also, yes. Let's see here. We got anything else that's funny? Time to watch another Leafs and Bruins overtime with the guy with his hands in his face. Nothing else funny that I'm finding here, folks. I'm looking. And just like that, my mom and stepdad have returned from their trip. I just want to see this game go on. I gotta switch my stupid user. Wow, Kendrick dropped another Drake diss. Holy God. He's coming at him with everything. Man, that's gonna be crazy to listen to. We're gonna do a live. I gotta listen to that. I gotta know what's going on with the beef. What's going on? Don't get me wrong. I'm still here. We're just we're just making do with what we got going on with hockey. We're gonna listen. I mean, it's my stream, so I mean, of course, I get to do whatever I want. But you know what I mean. Not like us. I say dead people. All right, here we go. Start DJ Mustard. Mm, try and strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. Ooh, Kendrick going at Drake with a bop right now. I got it. Ooh, here we go. If anything, I'm just glad that Kendrick is like actually trying. First song is pretty whack. The last two or three, my God. I thought Drake's was good. His most recent one, Push Ups, was mid. Drake's gonna have to come back. Oh, here we go. Overtime. Maple Leafs skating slow into the offensive zone. Gonna dump it. Bruins flipping it out. I'm not going to be able to finish this song while I'm talking hockey. We're back to talking hockey. Hockey is going on. Wow, Kendrick Lamar drops two or three disc records in one day. Oh, the Bruins managed to keep the puck alive, and they're going to send it down. Can the Bruins get an offensive zone attack? Here they come. Here they come. Marchand with the puck. Bounces it off to himself. He gets taken down. Coyle with the puck. He's going to send it around. Bruins able to maintain this possession. This could be key to them winning the game. If Coyle can get this puck and make a good pass with it. Bruins some rotating deep attack now. DeBrusque sends it out to the point. Shot around, turns shot. Samsonov pounces on it. And a couple of hugs and whatnot. Van Riemsdyk unable to really get anything going with it. Nova Lance is back. She likes the iceberg cards. Let's hop back in my chat. All right. Me too. I want more Ice Cube cards. They're so cool. It's only been a minute, and we've already had some exciting high pressure chances. A shot from the point, and Swayman's just going to hold right onto that puck. I think this season's going to have a fantastic end. Period. So many talented teams pushing to their limits. Period. Give me more playoff hockey. Bruins get a great opportunity right in front of the net, unable to put it home, and the Maple Leafs will clear the puck. Bruins are going to skate down and pick her back up. Oh, man. Bruins sent it along. Pasternak, he's going to drop it. Can Lindholm do anything with it? He's just going to dump it on in. Oh! Score! 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 The Bruins score! The puck bounces off the end board. Centers right in front of the Maple Leafs goal. And you gotta watch Steve Dangle. You gotta watch the Dangle. Oh man. What a game clinching goal. What a crazy bounce. And that was crazy because that was one of the keys to the game if you're actually watching the broadcast. A lot of players are bouncing the puck off of that spot of the boards. They're finding that chip in the armor. They're finding that opportunity, and they are scoring like that. The Boston Bruins are sending the Maple Leafs home. What a crazy goal. And well, I was right. It was Pasternak. It was Pasternak. It was Pasternak. How did it bounce off that end board? Who sends it in? It was Lindholm. I just said it. Lindholm sends it in. Wacky bounce. Pasternak gets a boost. He does a backhand, forehand. Samsonov can't even see the puck and scores. Lindholm shoots it on in. Pasternak skates all down. Beats Riley backhand, right flipper right over the pad. Oh, yeah. 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 I'm not even a Bruins fan, but that was a beautiful goal. Bounces right in front. The puck luck. Did I not say that the puck luck was going to be the determining factor in the result of this hockey game? And we do get the handshake line. Dude, I wish people would donate money to me when my team loses in the playoffs. I thought they were going to win this one. I honestly thought the Maple Leafs were going to win. Carlito going the Game 7 OT game. Dude, you think I could call it? Stuff as well? Maybe? Yeah, I mean, come on, fool. They shoot the hockey puck, and then the hockey puck goes in the net. That's probably how Austin Matthews pronounces it. Oh, come on, Matthews. That was a good one. Wow, what a hockey game. Bounces it off the corner. What an unlucky bounce. Morgan Riley thinking nothing of it, thinking that it's a routine Sunday. Doesn't get to the puck. Pasternak gets to the puck. Backhand, forehand, flipper right over the pad of Samsonov. I can't believe stuff is well in the chat. In the chat. Talk to me about your stuff. Talk to me about hockey. Talk to me about this win in the chat. Right now, I'm hopping in the chat. What do we got, chat? All right, we're talking about hockey. Hockey for sure. Hockey for sure. Boston Bruins win the hockey game. Game 7. Beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be prouder. I'm in a great mood. I'm in a phenomenal mood. Pasternak. 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 Scores the game winner in tonight's hockey game. Now, the crazy thing, though, is now the Bruins get to try to have a rematch, get to try to have some revenge against the Florida Panthers. Of course, we all know how that went last season. The Florida Panthers bringing it back to Game 7, ultimately defeating the Bruins after the Bruins having one of the, if not the best season an NHL franchise has ever had. Bergeron retires after a disappointing playoff run. And of course, the Florida Panthers make it to the Stanley Cup final, ultimately getting crushed by the Golden Knights in 5 games, losing Game 5 9-3. I can't believe this was it. What an event. What an event. Pasa Farron. Just for you, Jesse. Just for you. Just for you. Man, what a hockey game. Goes to overtime. And when we went to overtime, it was just kind of a crazy. Like, you didn't know what was going on in this hockey game. There's like nothing was happening for a long time. And then all of a sudden, the Maple Leafs score, Nylander scores, and then a minute later, the Bruins score. And then nothing. And then the pace gets picked up for a long time. Then we go all the way to overtime. The Maple Leafs. I mean, what a heartbreaker. You let off the gas, your best defenseman lets off the gas, ultimately costs your team the game. That's crushing. That is crushing. I'm not sure how I feel, though, kind of getting that same series, though. Who will the Bruins be playing next? The Boston Bruins will be playing against the Florida Panthers. Now, cool people make their brackets. So I had the Golden Knights beating the Dallas Stars in 7. We'll see tomorrow. We have another game 7. I'll be going live for that. I predicted the Avalanche would beat the Jets in 7. The Avalanche beat the Jets in 5. I predicted the Canucks would beat the Jets or beat the Predators in 6. They do so. I predict the Oilers would beat the Kings in 6. They do it in 5, I believe. I predict the Panthers will defeat the Lightning in 5. The Panthers do so. I predict the Lightning or the Bruins will beat the Maple Leafs in 7. The Bruins do so. I predict the New York Rangers will beat the Capitals in 4. The Rangers do so. I predict the Islanders will beat the Hurricanes. The Islanders lose in 5 games? No, 4 games. I think they got swept too. Maybe they won 1 game. I think they won 1 game. A lot of predictions. So the Bruins are going to be playing against the Florida Panthers, who I'm predicting the Panthers will win in 5 games against the Bruins. I think the Bruins will take it. Wow. That was an intense hockey game. And what do you say? What do you say after a game like that? Both teams played great defense. Both teams smothered a lot of opportunities. Now, a lot of those shots, I mean, you're honestly just waiting for a screen. That's it. You're just waiting for a screen. You're just waiting for the puck to go in front of someone's eyes so they can't see it. I didn't really think that there was going to be I didn't really think that there was going to be like a huge, huge, huge finale. I thought it was going to end relatively with a goofy puck luck goal. And what exactly happened? A puck bounced from the corner of the rink into in the very center. Florida Panthers versus Boston Bruins. Wow. That was crazy. I've been live for 3.5 hours. Chat, you have been fantastic. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being a part of this night. I had a fantastic time. I hope you all had a fantastic time. We got more hockey tomorrow. We got more playoffs coming up. I'll still be streaming these playoff games. I'll definitely be posting a playoff schedule so you can be more aware of the games that I will be streaming, the games I'll be discussing. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been Week Haken. It's been a fantastic evening. Stay tuned. I'll be back. Keep watching more hockey. Thanks so much for tuning in. You have all been awesome, and I will see you at the next stream.